Alright guys, I have a bunch of stuff going on. So from that last video, you can see I'm still kind of in the middle of putting this hatchling rack together. But I kind of wanted to switch gears one more time. And I have this hatchling. It's the last one from my last clutch. And I was basically just waiting for it to come out of the egg. And I thought it originally was a lot lighter than a lot of my normals, and I don't know if this is a normal. So this is my Coral Glow het pied crossed with a normal, but I don't think this is. I don't know. It almost looks like it could be some kind of a new gene. It's slightly different. The pattern sure seems jumbled up. It's got a really interesting pattern. Look at that pattern. There's no way that's a normal. So, I actually wrote the guy that I got my Coral Glow from. And he said, I was looking at some of the snakes he was selling. And he's actually getting a lot of really cool high-end cutting edge stuff. So he's basically in the Sunset Project and the Scaleless Head Project. So I'm thinking maybe some of his new projects coming out of Africa. Maybe this was like a hitchhiker or something that came in with some of his stuff. And he's even said he's seen some interesting stuff that he really can't explain. And this might be one of them. I have no idea what that is. I mean, if you guys have any idea what this is, yeah, you can comment down in the comments below. But I mean, just look at the pattern, how it's all broke up and spotty. It almost kind of reminds me of like the Puzzle Project, only slightly different. I've never really seen anything like it. So I think I'm just going to label this as an unknown gene. Actually, I'm going to see if it's a male or a female real quick, and go from there. Okay, so I probed this guy, and it's actually female, which is kind of a bummer, because it depends on really what you're looking for in a snake, male or female. So, boy, that is really an interesting color and pattern. So if it was a male, I could actually breed it and prove it out earlier. But since it's a female, in order to do anything with it, I'm going to have to wait until it's a breeding size. You know what's funny is, look at the tracks down the belly. Ha! That's actually, that actually looks het pied, which is interesting. So this one looks definitely like it's a het pied. Huh. It's really interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. The head looks almost like a normal. The first one it popped out, it was a little bit yellower. I thought it was a pastel, but then you look at the body and it's just completely different. Huh. Okay, so I set up this beauty and his own little rack here, and basically I just put 18 for 2018, C4 for the 4th clutch, F for female, 50% het pied, and a new gene. I think that might be a new gene. You never know on that one. So I have a couple more levels on, and I have to say it is definitely transforming the room. as it becomes wall to wall. So I have a couple more levels on there. It's coming along pretty good. I think I'm going to have to take a break for the night though. It's getting pretty late. These are taking quite a bit longer than my other ones. So when I put the 1039 together, this one here, it took me about, I think about 10 minutes per level. And this one, maybe about 15, I guess, per level. So about an hour for 4 levels. So I guess I probably have a couple hours into it already. So it's the morning of the 12th day, and these puppies are doing great. 12 days old. Still kind of, I don't know if their eyes are open all the time. It's kind of hard to tell. They're still mostly asleep. I'm thinking in a few more days these guys are going to be running around like crazy with their eyes open and so cute. So this little baby was born last night and she is doing great. I came out and she was nursing on her own, which sometimes it's kind of tricky to get them to nurse. But she's doing really good. I think it's especially tricky on Iris because her bag's so big and it's so low to the ground it's hard for him to to get under there. But she's a cutie. So this is the end of the 12th day. Puppies are 12 days old. They can almost walk. They are really trying. They're so funny. Halfway between a walk and a crawl. Look at these guys. He's like swimming. Oh yeah, they're so cute. This one's a really light one. Yeah, a really light one. They're doing great. Okay, so the baby cow is 1 day old. I set Mama up with some decent straw bedding and got her some fresh water. And this little baby hasn't had a whole lot of human interaction, but still really friendly. Yeah. I think it helps to have the other smaller calf. Seems like if I on the first calf, if I make them real friendly, the rest of the calves really catch on. Kind of a learned behavior, I guess. Friendliness, a learned behavior. Kind of funny. Yeah, just gotta take it slow. If you move too fast, she kind of jumps. She gets a little spooked. This little calf. Have to push over the wheelbarrow. They're so cute at this age. Yeah. Mama's chowing down. Look at this little baby. She's so happy. She's just happy that there's another calf born and she's not the only one. She definitely knows. So I put Iris on this straw too, and I don't know, she looks like she looks like she could push a baby out right now. She's leaking a little milk, so I think she's gonna have a baby any day, any second. Yeah. I was just going through my hatchlings, spraying them down to make sure they had enough humidity, but I thought this was pretty hilarious. Seems like they like those little moss balls. So here's the puppies at 13 days old. They're almost starting to get around and walk. Yeah, and they have their eyes open a little bit. Yeah. They're pretty funny. Oh yeah. Before you know it, they'll be running around like crazy, chewing stuff up. Yeah. Look. He's so funny. He's almost can walk. 13 days, and then he goes to sleep. He's like, forget that walking. They're so cute. So cute. Yeah, oh, look at the puppies. Look at the puppies. Oh, yeah. Look at that cute little face. Yeah, finally got your eyes open. Yeah. Almost can walk. That's hilarious. Yeah. Alright, so it is the evening of the 13th day. Well, late afternoon, I'd say. So these guys are 1 day shy of being 2 weeks old, and they can almost get up. Oh yeah, there he goes, just for a second, they can stand for just a second. Oh, come on, you can do it, still a couple more days maybe before they start running around. It's like they try, they just can't quite make it. Oh yeah. Look at these lazy puppies. Oh, they're so cute. So cute. Still sleeping a lot. Oh yeah. Still sleeping a lot. Look at these guys. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. He wants to check it out. What is that? What is that? Yeah. What is that? Oh, I just can't quite almost stand up. That's hilarious. Oh, there he goes. A little bit. That's all. He's gonna take a nap. That's enough. These guys are funny. Look at this little girl. Look at the little girl, huh? Cows are so much different than dogs, and when she's a week old, she'll be out running around as fast as she can, running faster than all the other cows. Yeah. She's pretty funny. She's really interested in the hay, but she's not old enough to to eat hay yet. So Iris still hasn't had her baby. And look at how big her bag is. Oh my goodness. It's down to the ground. Ooh, she's dripping milk. She is dripping milk. Ooh-wee. I thought she was going to have a baby yesterday. I still can't believe. That's just outrageous how big her bag is. Yeah, you're a crazy girl, huh? Whew. Wow. That is one massive, huge bag. So this is pretty interesting. All the pine trees are have a lot of pollen coming off. Look at that. Wow. So take a look at this new alfalfa I got. I don't think the cows really like it that much anymore. And it turns into this kind of a powdery, it's almost like eating dirt. And it's kind of stemmy too, so I don't know. At first when I put it in here, I think it smelled really good. But now it just seems like just a little bit of grass and mostly just stems with that powder. It's kind of weird. I don't think I'll be getting that 50-50 alfalfa mix anymore. Alright guys, are you ready for this? So you know I've been working on my ARS 1065 rack, and here's my 1039, this ARS 1039 hybrid, and I pretty much have hatchlings all the way until the labels run out there, so just enough for maybe 1.5 more clutches. So here is my new ARS 1065. Actually will hold 65 hatchlings. So yeah, I'm pretty much wall to wall in here now. There's no way I want to fit another rack in here. So to kind of show you how I have it, so actually I haven't set this up. I just plugged it in, just finished putting it together. So that's the controller, and the thing I like is, let me slide this table over. This is just a folding table, 6-foot folding table, and this is how it's set up in the back. So basically every level has a heat strip here that keeps a 90-degree hot spot in the back, and then all the levels plug into this big, huge 48-inch power strip, and then the power strip actually plugs into the heat controller up here, and the heat controller basically has just one probe, so I put it right in the middle of the rack, and I just use some clear packing tape, and then the heat controller basically plugs in the wall. So what it does is it actually pulses the heat on and off, and you have to make sure it's turned on. So I haven't quite dialed it in yet, but that's basically the whole thing. And the thing I really like about it is it's on wheels, and it's real easy to move, so you can just spin it around. And so everything in here is on wheels, which is really nice. So if I was to lose a rat or a snake or something, I could just come around here and just kind of wheel everything around and rearrange the whole room or do whatever I want, which is pretty cool. I really like it. Alright, guess what time it is? It's puppy time! Here's these guys at 2 weeks old. Today is their 14th day. Oh, look at these guys. You're getting a little more mobility. They can almost walk. Oh, they're so cute. They're really getting cute now. Yeah. Their eyes are open. Yeah. Look at at these guys. Yeah, they are so soft and cuddly. That's funny. Got one little straggler over here. Cute little guy. I just moved their blankets out. I'm going to throw them in the laundry real quick. Maybe put down a clean blanket for them. Oh, look at these guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I've been looking on Amazon for chew-proof doggy doors. And I actually had a doggy door in here, a little one on the side. And once I get big enough, I'll open that up. And they should be able to come in and out. I think this one is just too big for them. I don't think they'll really be able to get through it. But we'll have a little one just for the puppies. So they get big enough, they can use the big one. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Almost as cute as a cow or a snake. Yeah. Oh, look at you. Oh yeah. They're wanting to play with each other. I can just sit out here all day with the puppies. With the puppies. Yeah. And almost walk. You kind of scoot. You're going from crawling to scooting. They're getting more energy, that's for sure. I came in and they were all sleeping, so I actually woke them up. Yeah. I don't know if they have enough energy to stay awake for too long. In another week or two, they probably won't sleep at all, and they'll be just running around going crazy. That's when it gets fun. This guy's already falling asleep. Oh, so cute. Okay, today we are going with the southwestern theme for the blanket. Boy, look at how many puppies we got. They are all just really piled up on Mama. Yeah. That's a lot of dogs. Yeah. Oh, Mama. Such a good Mama. Yeah. Oof. Look at all those puppies. This one's kind of lost. There's not enough for all of them. They're going to have to take turns. Oh my goodness. Wow. They are really getting big. Whew. That is one big pile of puppies. Oh my goodness. There's one that got some. He's a lucky one. So I'm out here punching cattle. If you know, that slang is actually, I don't actually punch the cattle. It's an old cowboy term for taking care of the cows. So actually, Iris has not had her baby. And her bag's really big. And this girl over here, her name's Katesh, and she had a baby 2 days ago. And I'm thinking that baby knows who she is. I usually keep them in another day, but I'm going to open this up. And I know she's kind of excited to get out of there. And this little baby, I think a couple days old, She should be big enough. You should be big enough to be on your own, running around out there with the big boys. Look at how friendly she is. So friendly, huh? This is actually one of the friendliest cows right out of the mama that I think I've ever had. Yeah. You're friendly, huh? Want to get up and run around? Alright. Yeah, so kind of when you pen them up like that, you have to, it's extra work because you have to, you know, I give them the extra water in the buckets here, and you have to bring them extra hay and everything. You can't feed them in the big feeder, but yeah, it'll be interesting once that little baby's up and around that how all these guys kind of interact. I'll put some new hay in the feeder. They definitely need some new hay. I've been using a alfalfa mix. You can kind of tell that this is the girl that had the baby. She's still got a little bit hanging out of the back, but she actually dropped her afterbirth, which is good. And this little baby, yeah, you're going to be so excited to have a friend. So when they first start out, they don't really eat that much hay. They don't eat any hay at all, actually. And they kind of run around by themselves, and she's kind of been bored because she hasn't really had a friend to play with besides me. That's one of the reasons she's so friendly, is because she doesn't have another cow to interact with. But once this other cow is up and around and running, then she'll have a little buddy to play with. So it's pretty exciting. And then when Iris has her calf, boy, we might actually have a couple more calves besides that too. So Hathor probably have a calf, and Scylla might have a calf. So we actually might have 5 calves this year. Yeah, that would be and we have 2 cows down in Pueblo still out on pasture. So once we bring those home and we have all the babies, whew, we're gonna have a ton of cows. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all these cows. So we'll probably have to sell some. But the hard part's going to be figuring out which ones to sell, which ones to keep. And who knows, I may be able to find some good pasture for them. And if I could run them out on pasture, I could grow the herd even more. If I could lease some land or buy it, or find a friend who has a lot of grass and wants some buddies to eat it all. Well, we'll have to see. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there's almost like a fog or a haze. That's actually the pollen from the trees, if you can believe it or not. It's just so thick, and everything gets yellow with fog from the pollen. I'm actually going to change this up so I don't have to feed Iris separate, because it's kind of a pain. She's been in here a while. I don't know when she's going to have that calf, but what I'm going to do is actually put a couple panels to the feeder, so she can actually get to the feeder and eat with the rest of the cows, but she'll still be separate. And then a couple days after she has her baby, then we'll put her back with the rest of the herd. So the baby is up and around for the first time ever. Just a couple days old. There the baby, there the baby. Hi, oh, you're so friendly. Look, you're so friendly, yeah. You're so friendly, yeah, that's my shadow, yeah. There you go, yeah. That's my shadow. Where you going, buddy? Where you going, buddy? Oh. Somebody's curious. Somebody's curious. Uh-oh. Somebody's curious. Here comes Mama. Everyone wants to see the baby. I think they want to know if it's a boy or a girl. Yeah. That's pretty cute. So this is Scylla. She's starting to get a little big. She's half Jersey, half Angus. This will be her first year calving. So we're expecting a calf from her. Here comes Mama. Checking out the baby, huh? Yeah. And then, let's see, this, I think this is Hathor over here, maybe. I think. The Hathor is the biggest mama bull. She's the most dominant. So she pushes everyone around. But she's definitely going to have a calf this year. So that's another 2 there. And so 2, 3, 4, that'd be 5. And then we have, what do we have over here, huh? Oh my goodness, we have so many cows, I don't even know which cows we have. We have one more, which is 1,001. And it was last year's calf. I'm thinking she's going to calve too. So we actually might end up with 6 baby cows. Woo, which would double our herd. Wow, that's crazy. There's Mama following around the baby. So I take that back. It wouldn't actually double the herd. Look at this cute little guy. Isn't that amazing after just 2 days there? Running like that, that's amazing. So we started with 9 head of cattle up here and 2 down in Pueblo. And if you had 6, that is, what, 17 cows we're going to end up with this year? Woo, that's crazy. That is crazy, huh? So many cows. Look at the little baby go. Yeah. She is exploring everything. Chain link for the first time. Yeah, everything for the first time. Yeah, there goes the baby. Yeah, what is that, huh? Still trying to get those feet working right. She's kind of afraid of everything. So, yeah, come on. You need to be his buddy. Come on. Yeah. So this is how I kind of ended up setting up the livestock panels. So Iris can go right in the feeder. And boy, if you have animals, especially if you have large animals, these panels are fantastic. I mean, they are worth their weight in gold. Actually, I think I paid like $80 a panel or something, 80, 90, brand new at Big R. And you can use them for 10, 15, 20 years, and you can still get like $60 a panel, because they really hold their value, and they're just so handy. And it seems like I'm always moving panels and dividing cows and separating. And when I come in here with the skid steer, I'll be, pretty much herding them all together and putting panels all around them, so I can get in here with the skid steer and work them. But there's a little baby. Now we have all sizes, big to small, and to real big, to the biggest of the big bull. Big bull. Yeah, he is a big boy. I'm going to change this water out actually, and see all the pollen that gets in there. It's just crazy, all the pollen. But man, that bull his head is so massive, I can't even believe it. Yeah. And then, let's see. This is the friendly one here. This is my baby. Yeah, this is my baby. She's growing up so fast. There's a little baby. Still running around, checking everything out. Yeah. Look at her go. She's so cute. I think she found the right mama. So I decided, in addition to this alfalfa, I think I'm going to feed them a little of this just plain old grass hay that I had from before. Just 2 flakes from a big bale. That's what 2 flakes looks like. Alright. So here's my little mini experimental pasture that I put some manure down and some grass seed in. And it pretty much looks like the deer came through, ate all the grass, and just left the weeds, which is pretty ridiculous. So, another thing I got going on here is, boy, just look at all the grass over here. If I could get it going in here, it would be really lush. So it's looking pretty good. But I have these ducks that have been getting out and getting lost in the grass here. I got to kind of hunt for lost ducks because you can't really see them here in the tall grass. I got to chase them back in. I had some get out, a couple chickens and a duck, and about a month ago, and they were out overnight and they didn't survive the night because there's just too many predators out here. So you really got to watch these guys like a hawk to make sure they all get back in the pen. So here I'm actually brushing down the stock tank, the big water tank, and so basically what I do is I use this pump, and it pumps all the way down to the very, very bottom, pumps almost all the water out, and I give it a good brush with the broom first just to get everything on. I'm almost getting to the point. I've had this for I think about 1.5 years, so almost getting to the point where I need to bleach it really good, keep it away from the cows with the bleach. But this is working pretty good. Just brush it down, and it's kind of my weekly routine. I drain the water and refill it. So this is about as dirty as it gets in a week. Doesn't really get much dirtier than this. So this is kind of interesting. So the first time an animal goes to the bathroom, it's always bright orange. Nobody can see that very good on the camera, but it's kind of interesting. I noticed the same thing with my puppies too. It was bright orange. I was wondering if it was the same for people. Never even thought to ask. Alright, just to recap this video, we started out finishing the build of the ARS 1065 hatchling rack. Then we came out and played with some 2-week-old puppies, and we went out and punched some cattle. And now I kind of want to show you a ball python project that I've kind of stumbled into this season. And let's go in the snake room and check that one out. Alright guys, if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm in the middle of the ball python breeding season. And I've hatched out quite a few hatchlings here. Have room for a bunch more. And one of my most exciting babies so far was really unexpected. It was actually from my Coral Glow het pied. And I kind of showed you this a little bit earlier, but I just kind of wanted to show you again. So this is just a Coral Glow male, 100% het pied, and I bred him with my normal female. So I have a normal up here, which just kind of looks like a normal ball python, and it seems like it's kind of a high white, I guess you'd say, on the kind of on the sides and then on the belly. I don't really see, maybe just a little something going on like right in here, but I don't know. If you asked me, I would say that is definitely just a regular old normal ball python. And one of the most interesting babies I got in this clutch. So I actually got a 6-egg clutch and have 5 Coral Glows, and then I popped out this gem here. So this thing is totally unexpected. I've never seen anything quite like it. So if you look at the pattern is all kind of jumbled up. So let me put this camera on a tripod and I can kind of show you a little bit better. Alright, let me pull up a chair here. So this little hatchling here it's unlike anything I have ever seen. The closest I can come to anything even close, I'd say, is maybe like a cypress ball python. I definitely do not think it's a normal. It's definitely het pied because you can see the tracks on the belly. And it's a female, which is kind of unfortunate. So to really prove out this guy, I would have to wait 3 years to grow it up and then cross something to it. But what I'm actually thinking is I'm actually thinking of doing the same pair next year and see if I can cross the coral glow with the normal. And if I could pop out a male next year or the year after, and when this girl's ready to breed it with that male, I might be able to make a super. So if you look at the sides, that is definitely, there is something going on with that pattern. And it's definitely light. It's just a really crazy pattern along the belly. So, I don't know, if you ask me what this is, I would say it might be something brand new. And if you're kind of following the ball python market, so everyone always says, yeah, I want to make it big in ball pythons, and what they're really talking about is finding something brand new that no one has ever produced before. Just look at the size of that. Isn't that just insane? That's crazy. So really what you need is, first you need experience in ball pythons to know that, you know, if you're looking at a snake like this, that, you know, if you see this and you think, oh yeah, that's such and such gene, feel free to post it in the comments below, because, you know, this is unlike anything I've ever seen, and I haven't worked with all the genes. I've been looking for at quite a few different mutations, and I can't really see this in any mutation, single gene mutation that I've seen. And to really make it big is basically you discover something brand new. And a lot of guys, they'll come out with a snake that's something like this, and they're not really sure if it's genetic. And back in the day, you know, a snake like this would run like $30,000, and people would pay it to kind of gamble on assuming it's genetic. And I'd say, like, you know, maybe 75% of everything that they invested in didn't turn out to be genetic. So maybe this is just a really unusual normal, and you breed it and there's nothing. You can't reproduce it. You know, it's not dominant or codominant or recessive. It's not genetic, and that's pretty much you just lost your investment. But the other side of it is, if it is something, especially if you can take this and you can cross it back on itself and make a super. I mean, the super from this could be really a really crazy snake. So it's just pretty. It's just this is just really an incredible snake. So do I think it's something new? Yes, maybe. I've never really got into the ball python market to find something new and make it big, and I've kind of always bred the snakes as thinking of kind of the shows. You know, what would look in good in my display case, and you know, what can I cross with what to kind of make something really cool and interesting for people to buy and to invest in or to have as a pet. But I mean, this is definitely the most unique thing that I've ever seen, especially in my collection, with just a few hatchlings that I've hatched out this year. So, there's some people that instead of, you know, selling this to someone who wants to, you know, invest in a new project, they'll hold back and keep it, which is what I'm going to do. And some of the really cool stuff coming out, like the well, there's a bunch of different stuff, like the Sunset Project. You know, the Sunset Project is still really hot, and I think a lot of people are holding it back and trying to cross it with the different things. just to kind of see what's possible before they really release it. So it'd be really cool for me is to kind of give updates on this snake and to breed it and to kind of showcase, you know, if I cross this with something else, what could pop out? If I make a super, what could pop out? And then, you know, maybe 10 years down the road, when it's when it's really hot and people say, oh yeah, I can cross that with a clown and make something really insane, and then maybe I can name it, and you know, then that's when it gets really exciting, because then you can really define a morph before it hits the market, and you can really call it your own. But I just thought I'd share this. This is a really cool, something that just popped out that I think it really has a lot of potential. It's really something different that I've never really seen it before. And of course someone might post in the comment, oh yeah, that's just a faded out pastel or something. Feel free to post that comment, because it might not be anything. It might be something, you know, really common, and I'm just not seeing it. So I guess that's it for the video, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.